Fairy Tale is the #1 dark horse of the format. You don't know what Fairy Tale is capable of. I'm talking to you, baby. You don't know what Fairy Tale is capable of. I'm tired, man, at the barbershop, people telling me, like, yo, Fairy Tale's snowing about this, Fairy Tale's snowing about that, Fairy Tale snowing no hitter. I'm gonna show you in this video why Fairy Tale Snow is about this. My Fairy Tale Snow is about that. Let's get straight into this video, baby. If you guys are ready for this video, smash that subscribe button! Uncle's getting old because I'm at 99,500 subscribers and I'm not at that 100,000 yet. So help me, because for every subscriber, I lose a gray hair. So if you guys want to see me back to my old hair and my full set of hair, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button. I don't know how many subscribes do you think is gonna be required for me to get my normal black hair and no grays back and a full set of hair? I think 300. I think when I have 300 more subscribers, I think I'm going to get my full head of hair back. Let's get into this video. Before we do as well, check out the kewltune Masterclass. 320 of you have purchased it with a 9.9 rating. And whoever rated it 8 out of 10, you only rated it 8 out of 10 because you can't read. My 72-page textbook is the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh! Coaching product in history of all time. Just look at the reviews. Just look at the reviews down at my Metafy. It is crazy. At Mexico Nationals, Diego took this deck and won Mexico Nationals, a 1,000-player tournament with this deck with no Harmonia, and I won my regional with it. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. I made a little presentation with the help of the Fusionist. Guys, this is how I'm one-tricking kewltune. Fusionist is going to be one-tricking Fairy Tale. He's going to be live on stream tomorrow on his YouTube playing this Fairy Tale deck, so check out his YouTube channel down below. And look at his awesome notes here to kind of teach you guys a little bit about Fairy Tale in the deck. The best starters of the deck is the Magistus aspect of the deck. It does lead to a lot of a full combo plus a negate. So it takes advantage of all the Fairy Tale cards. View this as spellcaster slop, okay? It's like modern spellcaster slop, taking advantage of all the Fairy Tales and Spenta. I have a version of this with Charmers, but I feel that this is a bit better if you want to insert a lot of hand traps in it. My version has 17 hand traps of Fairy Tale Magistus, and Fusionist here has like half hand trap outbreakers. You're gonna want to use the the Relonia instead of the the Zoroa in this version because it helps lead to more aspects and you're able to do more things with a quick play spell. Luna is the best starter in the Fairy Tale archetype because it searches Genya and Magic Jiru, which are both good extenders, and everything leads to Snow. All roads lead to Rome in this deck. Due to the fact that you could search any of the 1850 helps a lot, and it's a good bridge between Magistus, and its interruption could come up occasionally. The Snow Unban is massive for the deck for obvious reasons. I don't need to fucking explain. It's Fairy Tale Snow. There's a reason why this is Jesse Cotton's favorite card. Now, don't get me wrong. Jesse Botton is not on my level, but he's a safe second best in the world. And this deck there's a reason why he loves it. Snow getting unbanned is crazy for this deck. The reason why is a bunch of the effects were made with the assumption that Snow is legal. A bunch of the effects have the effects that say when this card is banished or if this card is banished, etc. AKA was made specifically for Snow. For example, the XYZ, when it gets banished, when it's in the grave, it's even a quick effect. You can destroy a spellcaster. Quick effect, AKA you're going to destroy Snow. To be able to Snow twice and up to 3 times in the turns, and it's just too many Book of Moons. If you have 2 to 3 Book of Moons per turn, it's just instant game on the spot because your opponent really cannot do fuck all, including kewltune. Because if you continually Book a Moon, the monster they have in the field, and you have an answer for the KTS, there is simply no way that kewltune can continue playing when you're Book of Mooning each of their 2 to 3 normal summons in the turn. The key interruptions is Fairy Tale Ball is the key and butter in how you navigate the deck. Not only it searches a monster, but it negates effects of your opponent's monster on their special summon and changes their name to Prince. This name hurts a lot just for the sake of changing the name of the actual cards. For example, Doom Z, you cannot pop because it's not a Doom Z card anymore. Your main goal is to make your opponent's monsters into the Princess so you could super poly them, using to give the Teller the effect of board wipe on top of having an Omni negate and protecting monster from battle. Other key interruptions are Macabre Snow, Double Snow, Zero Fusion, the Weaver. Going second, the average build play is about 15-18 non-engine. Super Poly is a great card to have in the deck. I think 15 hand traps and 3 Super Poly is probably the best option to do it. And obviously you're going to want Theseus just in case for kewltune. I mean, who plays kewltune? Geniuses, that's who. But this is a very good dark horse deck that, as I'm saying, nobody fucking knows. If that doesn't happen, you rely on cards like the Cushball and Magic Package to break their board, and of course, the board wipe and final thoughts is a strong engine that can bring into other spellcasters for strong, reliable combos. The deck functions incredibly well with Magus' cards. The it gets better in the new set coming soon with the Endymion Pembas deck. It's like the ultimate spellcaster slop deck, and I'll be releasing a version with Charmers because that fusion is just too utterly insane, and it works incredibly well with this deck. Everything being spellcasters. With Secretarian out of the format, Fairy Tail has become way better. Secretarian was one of the biggest aspects. This deck won Omaha Regionals, guys. This deck won Omaha Regionals. Shout out to that madman who was playing this deck during Dracotail format, and Dracotail was the reason why this deck cannot be played. The reason why Secretarian stops everything in this fucking deck. Now, I understand branded as Secretarian, but they could have even been having Secretarian because it's so good against Dracotail, but now that Dracotail's gone, I don't see a lot of branded players keeping Secretarian in their decks. So if they don't have Secretarian in their decks, which is like the number one way to stop spellcaster slop decks. I would want to consider Fairy Tail just like Fairy Tail. This is a spellcaster slop deck. Some of the best engines in Yu-Gi-Oh that just get the most possible value and plus and versatility for spellcasters, and it's just utterly insanely broken. I will show you guys my version with Charmers and Dragoon in the future. Doesn't worry too much about Crackle banishing because you're having two of the most important extra deck cards for that version. But I think the Fairy Tail aspect kind of makes it the finalized best version because the extenders, the way to play in this deck, you need two spellcasters and you bridge into anything. Habakiri could even bridge into this, but that might be a little too many bricks if you ask me. Overall, it's incredibly good in my opinion. It's hard to disrupt. This is a huge aspect of good decks. This is why I think Magnets is a very good deck. People think Magnets is a good deck because Magnets have Naturia Beast. Who gives a fuck about Naturia Beast? I don't even play Naturia Beast in my Magnet deck. The reason why Magnets is good is because it's incredibly difficult to interact with, both going first and going second. What are you gonna do with the cards unless you have negation cards? Like cards like let's say Yummy for example. When I was playing Yummy against Magnet interruptions, Magnet. When I'm going first with Yummy against Magnets, it's when I recognize the deck of Magnets is just difficult to stop. What are you going to do? Pop one of their magnets? You're just going to keep searching, keep going, keep adding. And unless you're doing hard negation, it's difficult to actually stop the deck. This is one of those decks that remind me of that, where it's difficult to interrupt and disrupt with normal interactions because there's so many different stuff. And I agree 100% that in Blazing format, Snow saved the deck from Rogue. Rogue's being nice. With this deck without Snow, it's probably fucking tier 3, tier 4. But now it's a very respectable, I think, tier 2 deck. It has a lot of potential, and the reason why I'm saying this is the number one dark horse deck that no one's aware of is no videos are out there showing things about the deck. Even right now in this video, this is gonna be a longer video. I'm starting off this video with some generalized information and just basic info on how the deck functions and the starters of the deck, how it utilizes Magistus, and how it has a lot of extra deck toolbox abilities due to the Magistus and the Fairy Tail aspects. But at the end of the day, this is kind of generalized information. The best way to really learn about this deck is through replays and seeing how to actually play it. This is like a mini presentation that Fusionist and I have brought over for you guys to look at here. And as I said, you're going to need some replays to see how it goes. Where are we going to find that? Right now! 3 replays! I got 3 fire replays coming for you right now to see how this deck functions. Because, again, I don't like generalized information. I like to actually see it in action. So this is kind of just like a little basis on the deck. Let me do a little discussion now on how the deck is, how the deck list will look like. Now I'm going to show you guys 2 different versions of the deck that I like. This is a half board breaker, half extender version. I do think you should be playing Metamorphosis, which this deck that doesn't have. Dueling Book is down right now, so I can't put the Metamorphosis here for you. But the version of this deck is half breakers, half hand traps. Super Poly is super good in this deck comparatively to other versions, other decks of Super Poly. And you need Metamorphosis, Instant Fusion being incredibly high value cards to get to the fusions. I think Metamorphosis is also, I don't want to say direct support, but they might have, I think Konami was cooking, recognizing that all of these spellcasters are 4, and they literally lead to some of the most broken spellcaster fusions you could possibly imagine. Let me read the fusion extra deck cards for you guys to truly understand the premise and how powerful they are. Read this card here. This card says, if this card is fusion summoned using Prince of Fairies material, destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible. So you must be thinking, Prince of Fairies, what the fuck's Prince of Fairies? This deck has a multitude of effects that make all your opponent's cards Prince of Fairies, allowing you to use your opponent's cards to fusion with Prince of Fairies, and you just destroy your opponent's field. This is like Murakumo, but it's like cute, like a cute Murakumo or something. When your opponent activates a card or effect, read this shit, guys. Quick effect, banish a fairy tale card from your hand or grave, negate the activation, destroy it. That's right, it's Murakumo and Purification in one fucking card, and you can access this card incredibly easily via the entire engine. I want to read another card for you guys here and how broken these extra deck cards are for Fairy Tales. Like, Snow is utterly, absurdly broken, as you guys know. And they followed suit, making the most broken fusions and extra deck cards for this deck as well. Which is why I'm saying, you watching, you didn't watch this video and then click on this video, you wouldn't even be fathoming or thinking in your mind, how am I going to build around Fairy Tale moving forward? I'm not saying build your deck around Fairy Tale, but it's a deck that you need to duel. And in this longer video that you guys are going to be looking at right here, and I really love just giving you guys information. There's no such thing as so much information. This is why budget players, as a budget player, you can succeed very well at this game. But it's the budget players that complain and don't have the time to learn that are like complaining that Yu-Gi-Oh sucks right now, bro. You need to work at NASA and have a $1 million job to play it. No, you just don't know how to fucking read. In grade 3, we were taught how to read, and we were taught the more time you put into this game, the better. The more time you put into anything, the better you will be. This is instilled in you as a little child, and you don't have the fucking time to learn Fairy Tales, which is a deck that you will face because it's actually very good, especially in a few weeks with the new set coming out. Anywho, that's all I got you guys for. Let's continue on to Weaver of Fairy Tales before we continue on to some replays here. Now, one last thing I do want to say, my version of the deck is super anti-kewltune. I do think this deck is very good and the non-engine is good, but I would choose to play a non-engine a bit differently in this deck. I would play a bunch of hand traps and 3 super polys, nothing else. Nothing else. I'll play 3 Super Poly because of the nature of how good Super Poly is in this specific deck, with the fusions being able to use other using Prince of Fairies material. So I would play this deck with 3 Super Polys and 15 hand traps. The 15 hand traps being Ash, Bell, Veiler, Imperm, and I don't even want to say Fua. I would say Droll. Fua is not good this format, but I'm also like Super Poly, as great as it is. I want Droll. The top 5 decks of the format, guys, is in order. I'm going to tell you. Number 1, kewltune. Number 2 is Brandon. Number 3 is Doom Z. Number 4 is Mitsurugi. Number 5 is Striker. This 5 is like the bona fide 5, okay? With Elf Note being number 6, I think VSK9 is 7, and I think Fairy Tale is 8. But the thing is, it's 8 because no one knows it. And then I think Archmage is 9. And Malice is 10. Probably something. These will be the top 10 in my opinion. And with no one knowing what these cards do, you're just gonna get free dubs. Anywho, Weaver of Fairy Tale. All Prince of Fairies on the field become Spellcaster. As you see, there's a lot of effects that have Prince of Fairies involved. During your main phase, special a Fairy Tale from your deck. This is what you would like to typically use at the end to bring Snow out. This is why this deck synergizes with Snow incredibly well. Like, incredibly well. In addition, if you normal or special a non-earth fairy, aka the whole deck, not name your fusions. While this card is in the monster zone, target and effect monster opponent controls negate its effects. Also, its name becomes Prince of Fairies. So you see how the synergy is insane with this deck, where you negate the card with this card, it becomes Prince of Fairies. You then fusion summon it with this to Regeki your whole opponent's board away. Not just Regeki, but Regeki. I just almost threw my mic. Regeki and Duster, and then Omni negate, and then you Fairy Tale Snow 3 times, and you have Makaba typically up to protect everything. And then what this one does, 2 level 4 spellcasters, absolutely insane. Each Fairy Tale monster you control whose original attribute is light is unaffected by opponent's activated effects, broken, and read this shit. This is the bridge of the deck. You can detach up to 2 materials from this card, send 2 Fairy Tale cards from your deck to the grave. Quick effect, if this card, you can target 1 Fairy Tale monster you control whose original attribute is light, aka Snow. Special this card, and if you do, send that monster to the grave. Bro, this is how you resolve Snow twice. So you're going to resolve Snow twice. You're going to get a negate, monster negate with this. You're going to get any negate with Makaba. And then you're going to get a Regeki of everything and then a Purification with this card. In addition to a potential Luna bounce and just overall other extra additions you can get to your board with Celine and your non-engine. It's very good if you don't know, and Zoroa is very typical turn on as well. That's the gist of the deck. You do want to play a large amount of Magistes because it's just the best starters. This is also a good card to have in the deck for more plus, as is Endymion for more plus on follow up. Each of the starters are pretty general, as you guys see. Each of the Magistes, Ver is probably better than Zoroa, but I guess it's called really own. I don't know why I've been calling this shit Ver the whole time, but uh, they're all good. They're all very high quality starters, all of them. Luna is also incredibly good because guess what it does, guys? It adds a spellcaster. They all add each other. This adds any 1850. If you read this, it says if a spellcaster with 1850 is on your field, you can special from hand or grave. If it's a normal special, add a Fairy Tail Spell Trap or Fairy Tail Tales. So this adds one. Adds one. You want this for Endward Pizza? Obviously, this is part of the engine requirement. This is a free extender. Uh, this is a lot of everything. Instant fusion combo, starters. There's lots of starters in the deck and lots of extenders in the deck, allowing you to play a lot of hand trips and non-engine. All right! 16 minutes into the video. I think that's enough explaining on how the deck, what the deck's cards are. And now I think it's time for you to see how the deck is in action against a few decks. As I said, this is a longer video because who the fuck knows about Fairy Tail? I know you don't, but that's why you're watching this video right now, okay? You don't know jack shit about this deck, and I'm going to show you it in action. There's a few things I'd like to discuss is the versatility of this card. This card very specifically says this card is always treated as a Magistes and Witchcrafter, which means you're able to, first off, search it via a few ways. If you control a Magistes or Witchcrafter, send a Spellcaster or spell from your deck to the grave. If you have a Spellcaster, that means that these you can send your Spellcasters to have them be effects. In addition, you could just save it when your opponent activates a card or effect. Special on Magistes or Witchcrafter from your deck. Guys, this is fucking broken. When your opponent activates a card or effect, special on Magistes or Witchcrafter, a quick play spell. Guys, this card is insane. Instant Fusion gets one of these. Metamorphosis gets one of these, making it so these are incredibly powerful on their own. Fairy Tail Ball says add a Fairy Tail monster or Fairy Tail Tales. In addition to that, once per turn, your opponent special summons a monster control Fairy Tail. Target effect negates its effects, it becomes Prince of Fairies, similar to Weaver of Fairy Tales. You can just get a free whole ass interruption from this on top, making it 8 interruptions on the own from the combo. Once Upon a Fairy Tail is also an incredible card to have as an extra push at the end. Special up to 1 light Fairy Tail monster each from your hand, grave, and banishment. Guys, it says fucking special 3 monsters, bro. Locks you, but doesn't matter in this deck. And set when this gets banished off snow, you could set it for follow up. A lot of these cards have effects that are based on banish for snow and snow synergy. For example, this allows you to trigger it twice. If this card is tributed or banished, activate spellcast monster effect added to your hand. A lot of these just have great synergy with Fairy Tail Snow. And this also has the effect add 1. You can also pay the name of one effect monster for comes Prince of Fairies. As you see, there's a bunch of Prince of Fairies style effects in this deck. Then you got Tales of the Fairy Tales, equip spell, equip monster can 1000 attack. It's the fusion summon, spellcaster your fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field. Wait, and Prince of Fairies that your opponent controls, allowing you this deck to have incredible board breaking presence by just fusing their field off. This deck has that Albaz idea where similarly you could Albaz fusion material your opponent's monster, you could do the same. If this card is in your grave, you could equip it to one Fairy Tail monster in the field, then immediately normal summon 1850 spellcaster. This deck is fucking broken. Enough glazing. Time for you guys to see the deck in action. This is one replay we're going to be looking at right now. Ignore the Labyrinth shitter deck, okay? It's just an example of what the deck would look like. You're going to draw a few extenders and look at this shit. Like, guys, this beats all. Like, the combination of Fool and Super Poly against Kewltune is godly because Fool resolves. You're gonna get cards for the Super Poly, and you're gonna get cards your opponent doesn't know. Fualos against Kewltune is great only when you're playing Breakers. In addition, you can get into Shadow again, Fusionist for these amazing replays, incredibly high rated as you can see over here. Guys, go check out his channel because he will be streaming this live tomorrow on his channel on YouTube. I'll be there to watch and just watch these plays in action here. And he doesn't even care if any of the shit gets stopped. He's saving Instant Fusion and Fairy Tail Ball for last. He's just clicking buttons. Look at all these bodies on the board. He does not care. Like, this alone is combo. Like look at this. All with the Macabre just chilling. This is how it makes extra Fualos kind of extra. You got the Macabre to literally protect if need be. Look at this shit. Any card that says send 2 or add 2, this is the Rizio dual drive of this deck. Send 2, add 2 is the same shit because you're using both these effects very easily. the XYZ being 1850 is incredibly helpful, especially in this to get that. That gets Luna. Look at this shit. Like, it's just so many interruptions. You get an extra normal off. You would think, why is he Luna adding Luna? Uh, it won't matter. You're allowed to Luna add Luna if you like, but it just has any 1850 attack. You get another Zoroa up. Like, you just have infinite interruptions. And then, don't worry, you're probably wondering where's Fairy Tail Snow, right? You're probably wondering. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Instant fusion. That's right. He could have get Snow earlier if he wanted to, but he knew he had instant fusion. So he used this to basically special the Snow back. He uses this to reborn both of these. They are not going to use as material, but it does not matter. Gets Zoroa to get more follow up. The opponent sets 5. Now before, forget the 5 trap shit. Okay. This is Makaba resolving. This is Luna resolving. This is this searching a follow up. This is this negating something and making them be Prince of Fairies. This is negate. And then you got the Super Play as well to make whatever you want. And during the once while this card's placed on the field, you already use that. So this is, and with double Fairy Tail Snows. This is about 8 interruptions. It's double Snow because once you banish something, also Snow adds follow up. Then this allows you to pop your own Snow to do it again. So that's a pretty cool aspect here. Now, again, forget the fact this is fucking a trap deck. You're gonna use Relonia follow up. Look at the follow up, guys. You got fucking 3 Spenta. Now, one cool, important thing to note: Summon Stork does negate Match Gero, so ignore this part. He told me to make a big note on that this gets negated, and it does. So you shouldn't be adding Fairy Tail Ball right now in this situation. Not that it matters. It could be the exact same thing by just linking anyways into his next play. So the Summon Stork didn't matter whatsoever. As you see here, he's going for this to Raigeki the whole board away, but Solemn Strike stops that. And hey, there's a whole lot of fucking traps here. So it's not looking too good, of course. This is going to pop. I'm going to opt to summon this. I'm going to go into this now. Has the Omni Negates ready to go if need be. Goes Zoroa to stop that. Goes, activates that, pops that again on target. Attack. Goes Welcome Labyrinth, negates. And then guess what? Everyone's favorite card. Will it resolve is the big question. And then activates that. Kind of funny, actually. Actually hilarious. So yeah, goodbye field. But hey, not everyone's playing trap deck. Not that it matters. Look at all this shit. Still a crazy amount of follow-up. Still is able to do all this shit with the Snow. Add this. Like, look at this shit. Like, he just went, get rid of your whole board just like that. Look. Witcat, look at this. Pops the Snow. Attacks 1850 again. And you just use the Snow again. Because Snow's not once per turn. Bro, did you guys see that shit? I don't even know what this means. I think Manos is Greek. I don't even know what this means. Bootsa. I don't know what that means. It probably means some swear word. Like, oh my god, what a deck. I assume that's what it means. The only word I know in Greek is Malaka. That's all I know. So for any of my Greek friends, don't comment what that means. But yeah, just don't comment what that means. But anywho, like the guy went he went 5 drops, bro. He dealt with all of them. Like, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? If you don't know what Fairy Tail does, you are fucked. You are royally screwed. You need to know what these cards do. I'm telling you, this is a dark horse of the format. People think that I like to say shit for videos to like for like, oh, you always says Harmonia sucks because he just wants to. What the fuck do I have to gain if I say Harmonia's ass? I don't gain shit. I'm not short. This is not the stock market. I'm not shorting Harmonia on fucking Kalshi or fucking Robin Hood. What the fuck? I gain nothing. I'm just, the only thing I'm trying to tell you is honestly telling you what I believe in the card. Last format, Dragoto was running Rampant. kewltune was running Rampant. Those are the only 2 decks. And Striker and Mitsurugi are the top 5 decks last format too. You tell me you want to play Harmonia with dog shit with those 4 decks? Fuck no. Like, don't be fucking stupid. And this format, it's a bit better. It's still not good. Harmonia is still decent enough to play right now. It's like your 7th or 8th best hand trap. It's still good enough to play despite being dog shit versus kewltune, Striker, and Mitsu. I'm telling you the same right now. This is the #1 dark horse deck of the format. It's Fairy Tail because you don't know what the fuck these cards do. You guys saw what just happened there. Bro went fucking banish all 8 of your cards. Manos is like, still OTKs. He doesn't even end on a big ass board in main phase 2. He just went fucking OTK, buddy. Like, come on now. You get what I'm saying? Like, this shit's fucking broken, and you're seeing it live in action right now. Look at this shit. He's playing very well to get some attacks in. He knows his solemns. He goes attacks first. Prior to that, getting Lolly Ravioli, interesting name, down to 1400. Activates this card now, which says when your opponent activates an effect, you get special a Magistus. What a broken card. This quick play spell is actually insane. If I'm Manos right now, I will be doing whatever my possible thing to get rid of that demise. Because clearly, if Bro here says demise, he needs that fucking demise. I would pop that with the Ningirsu. Let's see if he does it. Because you're going to get a pop with this. So let's see if he's able to get the pop off. Or if he wants Chorzo. He's going for the pop. He's doing it. That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch this man tomorrow play this shit live. I would have popped that as well very clearly. That's the thing. Now look at the life. 1500, 1300. This acquisition's gone. Bro just played through fucking Solemns, Crowleys, Lady Labyrinth, like nothing, bro. He's still going, bro. Bro! Even if the Solemn was live, it still won't do shit, bro. The Luna is negated. Don't forget that. He cannot add, so he just forgot Sork is not live, but it doesn't matter because of Charmer, Quartet, and Bloom would result in the same thing. So basically, view it like there's no Lunas right now. There's no Lunas. That's all. Not that it fucking matters. It's just instant game. Just like that. This card does say once while facing on the field in the main phase. Quick effect. Yes, it can only be done once, but it doesn't matter. It's important to know these and kind of read them. This is just super game. Look at this shit. It's endless follow-up forever. And the second Snow gets engraved and this Omni Negate gets up. Look at this shit. Actually, look at this shit. It's actually endless follow-up. I think it's a really good deck. And if you are not familiar with the Magistus Slop, Fairy Tale Slop Spellcaster deck, you're gonna have a bad time. Pops the last card, gets the Snow up in rotation, and this is just a bad time. Goes Lady Labyrinth, he laughs and destroys it. That's game. GG. Ja. On to the next match here. So as you guys see, the deck is just very good. So let's see over here now. This is against Trains, and Trains is a very solid deck. Has Nibiru, Droll, and Super Poly. Droll against Spellcaster decks typically is very, very damaging. So I would like to see if the deck's able to do something here. This card, if you read this, it says during the main phase, tribute this card, discard one spell special. You can banish this card one witchcrafter spell from your grave. This effect becomes that spell's effect when the card's activated. So you banish this to get out the Zoroa. Very nice. Gets these into Endymion. This card links summon target manages equip it with spellcast from a grave or banish. Nice. Gets Luna up. Gets Wick Cat to send Snow and send something else. That means double Snow incoming. Gets the Bloom. Opts to not use Bloom yet, but on his turn, saving these all to see what he wants to summon on his turn. Gets these out to summon Luna and the other. It does say with the same attribute, but different types. Wait. So that was done the opposite way. So you can start with the same attribute, but different types. Okay, so you couldn't do it like that, but that's okay. Or with the same type but different attributes. I can't read. I'm the Yu-Gi-Oh player that can't read. That was done perfectly well. The Droll obviously hurt, but gets out the teller. Regekis! Yo, that's right. Oh my god, this shit's so fucking broken, bro. Regekis then negates. Oh my god, that shit's clean, bro. Yo, attacks with that. Yeah, main 2 bounces it to get the search. That shit was nice. That shit was a nice play. Going Chorzot to bounce back to Luna to get back a Luna to run that shit again. Goes Artemis. He sets 2, knowing that he's gonna get the Reborn card up here with some Fairy Tale Snow. Will he win the grind game here? Gets Snow and Magic Roof. Right, that card's crazy. Holy shit! And Polly becomes live. Oh, that card's crazy. With the search of this. Let's see how it goes now. Trigger Fairy Tale Ball makes it Prince of Fairies. Oh my god, what a deck. Alright, Super Poly is necessary in this deck. That shit was fucking clean. And then he negates it. Yo. That was clean. Alright. That was hella clean. Let's see the next. Goes Perulia. I can see Charming being good in this deck. It looks like to me that Fairy Tales are actually very good at breaking boards. Looks like Train Player will survive here because he got 4K in defense. So I know what the Train Player is doing. He's like, Bruh, I got fucking. I'm not letting you draw a billion. I will kill you on my follow up. I'm gonna draw a nice card here and kill you on the follow up. You're not killing me through the shit. That's what the train player's thinking right now. But what he doesn't know is that he could attack directly. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I don't know what any of this means, but Yu-Gi-Oh is the language of the world. Attack direct. That's right, guys. All this shit could attack directly. Oh my god, yes, I love snow. Look at this shit. I love snow too. Except in Toronto where it snows 9 months a year. Other than that, I do love the card. Alright, with that being said, let's see this. Spent against Zoroa. I want to see the OTK through this shit. Could he put up 8k damage attacking directly live? That I want to see. The Luna does go to defense with Celine. Hold up. So Luna goes to defense, but it doesn't matter because he just goes Celine and the Luna into the Link 4. The Link 4 will resummon the Luna and something else in attack. So it's the exact same result. Imagine he just goes Link 4 first. The Link 4 puts it into attack position. The Fairy Tail's going to attack directly this turn. Summon Snow to attack for 1850. Could he do 2 more damage? He does the XYZ to pop the Snow. The Fairy Tail Wicked attacking directly. And then he uses Snow a second time. And he has the quick play spell. He bells. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Banish it with Snow. Oh my god. That was clean. Yo, get you a hype man like Trif Gaming, bro. That OTK was clean as fuck. One more to go here. We're going large. 45-minute of a video. I don't care because this shit is absolutely beautiful. I want to see it. Keep going. Let's go. Keep it going, baby. Now it's going to be Voiceless going first with no hand traps. This does not look good. Voiceless going first with no hand traps with Droll and Shipbird. It's over. For Lolly Ravioli is going to beat Manos here 100%. There's no fucking shot. There's no shot that Droll and Shipbird, in addition with Voiceless, with all going first against no hand traps, I just don't see a world where that wins. But let's see if Manos can pull this off. If Manos pulls this off, I'm taking fucking Fairy Tail to my next fucking one of these. I'm going to master this deck and take it to one of these next events. But there's no way it's impossible. Chains that to the Droll. This card is... I got to pause this video real quick. This card is something else. This card... You cannot interact with this deck. This card says when your opponent activates a card or effect, special Magistus from your deck. Bruh. Are you fucking shitting me right now? Quick play spot. Like, that card's utterly insane. Yeah, okay, I knew. There's no way. Not through Joel. Not through Joel. Alright. Cheers. Amato's drawing instant fusion like it's his day job. Going into that. Ooh. Sparks it. Huge spark. This might be over here. Will we finally see Fairy Tail catching an L here? Goes Crescent, gets Artemis, gets Spenta. Will we finally see the day? Will we finally see Spark Nibiru combo? Will it be enough to stop Manos? Will Lolly Ravioli stop the famed, the fusionist Manos? He goes for the nib. Is it enough? Is the nib enough? No, it's not enough. Not with the Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Once upon a time, there was a princess named Fairy Tale Snow. Ate that shit alive for breakfast, bruh. Let's go. This deck is broken. It doesn't even care, bro. That's negated. That's negated, guys. Again, you got to remember that. The Luna gets negated from Summon Sword. Don't forget that. So just that's all the difference. All you gotta do is do the Link 4 first, summon the Luna first, and it's the same result. Same shit though, doesn't matter. Same shit a little earlier in the turn. You could have just adjusted to do the exact same end board by doing this first. Let me stop this shit for a second. Omni negate. Bounce. Imperm. Raigeki. Snow 2 times. Search follow-up. Spark Nib, no problem. No problem. This deck's fucking insane. Ho 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 ho! Okay, Lolly Ravioli here. Might have just opened the most broken go first hand I've ever seen in existence. This is over for sure. This is over 1000%. He's been like, I don't even know what this shit means, but you could read, guys, English is fucking, Yu-Gi-Oh is the language of the whole universe. You don't even need to know what the fuck this means, but you already know what it means. This means I got 20 hand trap in my deck, and I drew 0. The universal language, bro. Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is the universal language. But yeah, this is definitely over at this point. I do love that you can still chain this as a quick play spell. Like fucking utterly broken of a card. Then the strike. This is super hella over. Like unquestionably over. But again, it's still an incredible showing here of what Magistus has done. Uh, it's just impossible. But it looks like he's just trying to get as much as follow up as he could. Looks like he's trying to attack for Luna and Match Girl to go for some damage here. Passes. If only there was a Fairy Tale Snow and Grave, that would have been game, bro. If there was a Fairy Tale Snow and Grave, and then of course gets the Diviner up. Goes Fairy Tale Ball here. Turning that into a Fairy Tale monster. I mean, this shit's over, bro. This shit's over, bro. This shit's all hella over. But hey, it was a good attempt, I gotta say. It was a very good attempt from Manos. You know, they showcased the power of the deck. And I, for one, am incredibly impressed with how good the deck has been here. Bell is nice for the Dynamundo. Still impossible. You cannot win this shit. Incredible showing, though, of the deck, as I said. It's not about winning sometimes. You kind of do just want to see how the deck does in action. And that is impressive. Activates that. Let's see if he's able to play around the Nibiru and the Chaos Angel here. Goes. Wait a sec. Is he gonna win this? No way, right? Well, he's putting all this shit in defense. He gotta clear the Chaos Angel. Bro, there's no way he wins this. There's no way. I refuse. There's no way that the Magistus Fairy Tale player, there's no way he's in the game right now. I refuse to believe it. Yo, Fairy Tale back deck! What the fuck? What the fuck? Did I just win this, bro? Yo, subscribe to the man. Yo, I want to get 100K cool. Yo, subscribe to the Fusionist, bro. How the fuck did he just do that? When I made, at the beginning of this video, I have Fairy Tale like fucking tier 2, which is a great compliment, right? That means it's like a top 10 deck. Like, I thought it was a borderline Dark Horse deck that could scare people. After what I just saw, I might have to fucking up this to Striker Mitsu level of like 1.5, bro. Like, you guys just whip. How is that possible? I'm getting more gray. I have more gray hairs than when I started the video, bro. That was incredibly impressive. Holy shit, that was beautiful. I'm gonna get to the lab right now as we speak. I told you at the beginning of the video. What did I say? I said Fairy Tale is the number one Dark Horse deck in the format. It's gonna surprise people. It's the number one deck flying under the radar that no one is even recognizing the power of. You just witnessed what I showed you. A whole 40-minute fucking video showcasing a background 7-page presentation on tips on the deck. A deck profile showcasing every aspect of the deck with a hand trap version and the breaker version, both of which need super play. I went through every single card to show you. I didn't want no generalization information. I want you guys to really see it in action to see how fucking powerful this shit is. So I showed you not one broken replay, not two, but 3 insane replays with the most insane comeback I've ever seen. A full voices combo, Solemn Strike, Droll, and Nibiru, and still won the game through Chaos Angel 2. This shit might be better than Striker and Mitsu. Guys, this might be a tier 1 deck that we're looking at. This might be a tier 1 deck that we're looking at, and it's scary because no one fucking knows. The only people that know are the people that decided to click this video, myself, Fusionist, and you guys. It's like this information that only we have and others don't. I know I'm a YouTuber. You know, sometimes I get a little excited with shit, but I can't help but not be excited after seeing what the fuck I just witnessed right there. Still in shock. I'm gonna conclude this video now, not because can't. I could keep going about Fairy Tale for hours, but I'm stopping this video right now so I could go on Dueling Book and play this deck right now because that was fucking crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Fusionist down below. I'm also telling you that if you want to get best in the format, this deck is broken. I'm going to say it's between tier 1.5. I'll say tier 1.5 to 2, and it's a dark horse. But if you want the best number one tier 0.5 deck in the format, that's kewltune. My kewltune 72-page textbook with a free balance update is down below. Check it out for basically what you saw in this video, but for 5 hours long, and a 72-page textbook about kewltune. I don't fuck around when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh coaching products. Love you guys. Fairy Tale best deck. Second best deck to kewltune. Peace!